Hello, everyone. I'm back for my thread response to a thread that Vinylizer, our good friend John, put out a day or so ago. And it's a pretty simple question. He wanted us to show a minimum of 3 albums and name the songs on the albums that were singles. And I must admit, I was tempted. I mean, the first thing I was tempted to do was to pull out Hysteria. But the question for that album is what song wasn't made into a single? Pretty much that whole album, there was a single released for pretty much every song on the album. But the 3 I chose, Hysteria is not one of them. And I tried to find something that is like, oh yeah, we've, albums that have been listened to hundreds of thousands of times over. But, lo and behold, I found myself settling for those types of albums. But I'm going to get started. The first one, I talked about this album a little bit in my last video. Stripers to Hell with the Devil. Now, that I can remember, surprisingly enough, the title song, I'm not sure if that was a single or not, but if it was, it definitely wasn't the most popular. The singles were Calling on You, Free, and Honestly. And all of those were huge singles for the band. I believe Honestly and Free were the first time where 2 videos from any band charted on MTV's daily video countdown they did back in the day. I think Honestly and Free were the 2. Might have been Calling on You and Free, but either way, they had 2 videos for singles charting on the MTV charts at the same time. So that was huge. The next album I'm going to show is the follow-up, probably, to this band's most well-known album, if not one of their popular albums, but this is Europe's Out of This World, which of course is the follow-up to the Final Countdown. I remember when the Superstitious was first released and seeing that video all over MTV, again back when MTV was worth anything. Then Let the Good Times Rock was the first 3 tracks on this. Superstitious, Let the Good Times Rock, and Open Your Heart, the re-record of their song Open Your Heart, which is my favorite out of those 3 songs, or singles. Then they released More Than Meets the Eye, and just recently found out that they released the song Tomorrow on this album as a single in Brazil. So like worldwide 5 songs, and then the 6th was released in Brazil. So that's Europe's Out of This World. Just double checking here. It's funny, Wikipedia mentioned the song Tomorrow. A single. Oh yeah, at first I didn't see that song on here, but it's the last track on the album. That Tomorrow was released as only in Brazil as a single. The last album I'd like to talk about is one of my favorites from this band. It was released my senior year of high school. The first album I bought of this band when it was brand new. that, of course, Crazy World by the Scorpions. The first two tracks on this album were, I believe, the first two singles, Tease Me, Please Me, and Don't Believe Her. Don't Believe Her being the first song on this album that really grabbed me. And then the other two singles were the two ballads on this album, and probably two of the best ballads that Scorpions have ever made, in my opinion. That, of course, the massive hit Wind of Change, probably the last song for the Scorpions that hit as big as that one did. And then the other one, of course, being Send Me an Angel, which I think Send Me an Angel, in my opinion, is a better song than The Wind of Change. But there's three albums that I thought I'd mention the singles off to reply to your thread. But sorry I don't have those singles to show. Those are singles are something that as of yet I don't collect. The only single I have right now is the Ghostbusters song single that I got as a VCLT from Bev a few months back. But as of right now, I don't collect singles. So I don't have any of those to show. But I will, adding to singles for a second, I remember, as I mentioned before, the first real music-related record I bought that, got me interested in listening to music, Survivor's Eye of the Tiger. I have that album, but I would like that single again sometime for nostalgia reasons. But, John, there's my answer to your thread. You and the rest of the VC/music community, you have a great day. I'll be back probably this week with another video. Don't know what that's going to be. But until then, enjoy the music.